Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm here to give you guys my WWE Monday Night Raw review for from February 19th, 2018. And I know I'm very late to getting this up, but I really didn't plan on doing this review. And, you know, even though I did a live reactions version of it, I figured I would do like an overall analysis version of it about what I thought of Raw. Now, I'm just going to talk about I know, like, the Gauntlet match took up the whole show, but I'm just going to talk about that at the end, since it pretty much was the whole show, and I'm just going to talk about everything that kind of followed that, just because it's nothing really fancy. So, after the Gauntlet match had happened, they had Asuka come out and have an interview about her match coming up at Elimination Chamber, which is now tomorrow night, against Nia Jax, and yeah, pretty much Asuka kind of cut the typical Asuka promo, but the main problem with it was that she was just on the mic for way too long, and she was stumbling over her words, and it just made it really not all that good. I didn't really like that too much. Then afterwards, Nia Jax attacks him from behind and absolutely destroys Asuka. I really didn't care all that much for this segment, so this gets it down. We had a tag team match, The Bar versus Apollo now, and Titus O'Neil with Dana Brooke ringside. They shortened his name to Apollo now. I'm going to save my thoughts on it until the Aftershock Corner of this episode coming up this Monday, because I wanted my thoughts to get put out on that there. But yeah, Apollo and Titus O'Neil won, and now after Raw, they challenged them to a Raw Tag Team Championship match, and I didn't really pay attention to this match. I was pretty much burnt out because of the Gauntlet match. Then we had a video package. I don't know if the video package aired first or second. A video package hyping up Ronda Rousey. I couldn't even think of her name for a second. And you had people like Charlotte Flair, Carmella, I don't think, Becky Lynch, Natalya, Alexa Bliss, Sasha Banks, Bayley, pretty much the entire women's locker room. Even Stephanie McMahon hype her up as this badass, which, obviously the WWE really wants to promote her, which I'm fine with, but I don't really know what type of reaction she's going to get tomorrow night, so we're going to wait on that. And so then we had the main event. It was a 6-woman tag team match. It was Alexa Bliss, Sonya Deville, and Mandy Rose with Paige ringside versus Bayley, Mickie James, and Sasha Banks. I didn't really think this match really made any sense to happen, because Alexa Bliss has been teaming up with Mickie James as of late to fight against Sonya Deville and Mandy Rose, so it really didn't make any sense that she was teaming up with them, and they were pretty much getting along kind of okay, so that was weird. And pretty much basically the story of this match is Alexa Bliss doesn't want to come in and fight Mickie James, so it doesn't happen. So basically the whole match was wrestled by Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville, which was dumb, because they're green as hell, and it's really not their fault, because Paige being heard has kind of exposed Rose and Deville's weaknesses, so whatever. Sasha Banks ends up tapping out Alexa Bliss to the bank statement, and then Deville and Rose beat down Bayley and Sasha Banks, and Alexa Bliss was thrilled about it, and then afterwards they tried to beat her up, and Alexa Bliss and Mickie James then beat up Absolution minus Paige, and yeah, pretty much the whole story what we were supposed to take out of this was that that Alexa Bliss and Mickie James were in an alliance, Sasha Banks and Bayley were in an alliance, and Sonya Deville and Mandy Rose were in an alliance. So that was pretty much the story of the match. I overall really didn't care about this. Really didn't care about that. Let's get to what really was the best part of Raw. And I forgot to mention, too, we had Corey Graves, Michael Cole, and Jonathan Coachman on commentary for this show. I forgot to mention the commentary team. So the WWE had announced this Gauntlet match that was going to be on Raw, and apparently we found out that it took place during that it took place during the whole show. When you'll see it in my live reactions. I was I was kind of like geeking out over it. It kicked off right with the Gauntlet match. I still don't think it should have kicked off the show, considering the fact that since it did go 2 hours, by the time that match was over, I was burnt out from the rest of the show. So yeah, it really kind of hurt my interest in the show. But let's talk about this Gauntlet match. So you had Roman Reigns come out first. He cut a promo talking about how he was going to win the Elimination Chamber match and wrestle for the WWE Universal Championship at WrestleMania. And then we had the first match, like part of the Gauntlet match. It was Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins. They ended up starting off the match. They had a really good back and forth match. The only thing I don't like about the Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins having matches with each other is there's a spot that they always do, and that's Seth Rollins buckle bombs Reigns into the turnbuckle, and then Roman Reigns just immediately hits a Superman punch right out of the turnbuckle, and they both get laid out. I hate that spot. That it just looks very hokey. He's really not selling the move all that well, and it's supposed to be like Seth Rollins' like signature move, and the fact that he just bounces right out of it into a Superman punch just looks really hokey and stupid. I hate it. Please stop doing that. And then Seth Rollins ends up catching Roman Reigns into a roll-up, and Roman Reigns ends up getting eliminated. So then the next person to come out was John Cena. And Cena and Rollins really tore the house down. Cena hit an AA twice on Rollins. He ended up kicking out. Cena methodically picked apart Seth Rollins in the beginning of the match, since Rollins was weakened because of the facing Roman Reigns. And then Cena was actually acting kind of heelish, telling him to stay down, kept trying to win by countout. And then Rollins throws Cena into the steps. He hits a Falcon Arrow. He fails the first time, hits it the second time. He hits a Buckle Bomb. He hits a Phoenix Splash. He ends up hitting an AA on Cena. Cena gets Rollins into the STF multiple times, hits his 5 moves of dooms on him. Hits a neck breaker, a code red. Cena really pulled out a lot of moves, like a neck breaker. And eventually Rollins hits the stomp for the win, or to advance in the gauntlet. So yeah, it was a really good night for Seth Rollins too. He ended up making history. He ended up lasting like 2 hours in a Raw match, which record was broken by, I believe they said, Triple H and Chris Benoit. Or I believe it was Shawn Michaels and John Cena. I don't know which one it was. I think it was the Shawn Michaels-John Cena match, where they wrestled for almost an hour in the main event of Raw in England in 2007, just before Backlash. And then, yeah, Cena was, afterwards they do a promo with Cena, and he talks about, how Seth Rollins was the better man, and, Cena is trying to juggle all these things at once, being a movie star, getting ready for a wedding, and he realizes he has to put all that aside, because if he doesn't win at the Elimination Chamber, he has no road to WrestleMania, which is bull crap. And then Elias was next. I was very disappointed we didn't get an Alliance concert performance, and Elias beat Seth Rollins with Drift Away. A lot of people didn't really like this because it's made Seth Rollins look weak, but I was fine with it. Rollins had been in the match for almost over 2 hours. It really would have made Elias look really stupid if he lost, so I was fine with it. The only thing I hated about it was that he didn't beat him quicker. I thought that would have made more sense. And then we had Finn Balor up next, and Finn Balor and Elias go at it for a bit. Balor ends up beating him with the coup de grace, so then it was The Miz, and Bo Dallas and Curtis Axel come out instead. Miz ambushes Balor from behind, and Balor and Miz go at it. Axel and Dallas constantly keep interfering in the match, which allows Miz to beat Finn Balor with the skull-crushing finale. And Miz then realizes he has to face Braun Strowman. Braun Strowman comes out. Miz takes off to the crowd. Strowman goes up, goes after him. The whole match is pretty much Miz trying to get away from Strowman. He is able to hit a skull-crushing finale on him, but Strowman kicks out of it and knocks Miz out of the ring. And then eventually Strowman hits the running power slam on him for the win. And afterwards he continues to lay waste to the Miz Chiraz. I thought that was awesome. And yeah, afterwards, Strowman says that everyone's going to get these hands. Even Balor and Elias cut promos afterwards. I didn't really think the promos were all that great, and that was pretty much Raw for this week. Overall, I thought Raw was a good show. I thought I'll give it a 7 out of 10. I think the best part was definitely the Gauntlet match. That was really the whole highlight of the whole show. But since 2 hours and like 30 minutes pretty much the Gauntlet match, that kind of qualifies as a good show because it took up most of the show. So yeah, I mean, so yeah, that's just kind of how I look at it. So yeah. What I didn't like about the Gauntlets was I did think it was a little too long. It was getting to the point where it should have ended probably a while ago. So yeah, and that fact that this should have gone on last. I also think this should have been for the last spot in the Elimination Chamber because I didn't really feel like they were fighting for anything. But yeah, I liked this a lot. I really liked Seth Rollins' performance here. And now the Gauntlet match is now one of the longest matches I think they said in WWE history. I think the longest match they said was Bruno Sammartino and somebody else when Sammartino had the WWE Championship. So that was pretty interesting. But that's pretty much my review. I'm not going to do any plugs because I'm going to be making a lot of videos in these next few minutes. So make sure you guys tune into those. But that's pretty much it, guys. Talk to you later.